So on the way home from Nashville, I was inspired with 82 new ideas, and I had a notebook on the seat beside me, and as I was safely driving, I would just messily scribble down all these great ideas, one of which was I really want to amp up the production. That sounds kind of slimy. Watchability of my Flosstube videos, because I can, and I would like you to look forward to hanging out with me and not bore you to death. And so my kids, they go to school 6 hours a day. It's quiet here. There's no reason I can't put a little more effort into what I do here on YouTube. Because my kids, they go to school for 6 hours a day. Blissful silence in which creative things can happen, right? My kids, they don't go to school anymore. They don't go to school. They're here all day. So that idea, it got tabled for a later date. If you are here and you're new and you're like, what is this lady talking about? My name is Stephanie Webb. I design cross-stitch patterns, and you can find my work at lindystitches.com. Lindy Stitches is my business name. Here on YouTube, I talk about needlework on a lovely segment of YouTube called Flosstube, because we stitchers stitch with floss. This video is going to be, you know, the person who showed up 6 hours late to the party to talk about the Nashville needlework market. That happened like 8 years ago, in a different time, in a different society. I'm having a hard time even remembering what life was like back then. I'm being super over melodramatic, so I want to talk about Nashville still. Can we still talk about Nashville just a little bit? Aren't you stitching on something from Nashville? Maybe 2 of you would like to listen to my recollections and see my bag of goodies. I have goodies for you too, so please hang with me. Kat is really tempted to lay on all the stuff I have disorganizedly dumped on the bed, but he's being really good right now. See? He'll wait till I'm really into talking, and then he'll jump on the opportunity to find the tasty treat. So Teresa, Kitten Stitcher, was talking about your first time to market. And Nashville Needlework Market happened at the beginning of March. My first time was last year, and she was explaining how if it's your first time, you're a designer, you're new, your first market might stink, you might be listening to the crickets, and not to despair. I totally agree with that. The market is crazy. It's a lot of work for shop owners, and so I can definitely see why that is really good advice. My first market didn't stink. It went, I don't know what happened, but it went amazingly well. My second market, was amazeballs. Yeah, Lindy Stitches did really well for herself, and I am very proud of her. If you had anything to do with that, be it purchasing, mentioning, commenting, giving me a thumbs up, cheering me on, I thank you and I bless you. I feel like a spoiled child. I literally feel that way sometimes. Because how many people can say that they are doing something that is genuinely fun? Like, my job is fun. It's so fun. And I love it. So thank you. On the way home, I ugly cried. It felt really good. I was listening to a album I hadn't heard before from Iron and Wine. I love Iron and Wine. You know how when you hear some of your favorite artists' music, like new music for the first time, it can be very overwhelming. And I feel like their music makes you feel like your life is really, really remarkable and beautiful, because it is. And so I was on the big bridge that you pay $4 to drive across in Louisville, and it just like, it all came out. Came out the nose, came out the eyeballs. Beautiful and lovely. I'm very blessed, so thank you for being my people. Let's just talk about stuff as I go through my stuff. And I'm sorry if this is disjointed and all over the place, but first up, I have to show you these tomatoes I made. So I go overboard with decorating my room. I showed you my room on Instagram. I did not take any actual vlog videos while I was there. Anyway, so I don't have any video to show you of my room, but it kind of looks, I mean, it's my aesthetic. It's funky, flea market, vintage, chic, inspired, fusion, mishmash. Anyway, I kind of was looking around more this year and thought, you know what, I probably don't need to go to such lengths, but I can't help myself. I made these giant tomato pin cushions. Are they not adorable? This one is huge. I love it. It's stuffed with walnut shells, so it's really heavy and smells wonderful, of course. I was sewing these and I was thinking, I should make like 55 and put them in my Etsy store and sell them. And then I took stock of how much my back hurt by the time I finished one and how it had taken me like half the day. And I thought, you know what? Nobody can afford me for these giant tomato pin cushions. I can't even afford myself. But aren't they cute? Right, my favorite item that I came away from market with, and some of these things were gifts, some of these I purchased with my own money. I vend there, I'm friends with other vendors, and so yes, sometimes we just throw things at each other. This got thrown at me, and I love it. This is a project bag sewn by Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery's dear mother, who sews Save the Stitches bags. Maybe she has some in her Etsy store, but she saves thrift store cross stitch and makes them into darling project bags. This one was made especially for me. The Midnight Bunnies with the chartreuse. Love me some chartreuse. Please brace yourselves, because look at the back. I could cry. I could cry at how cute that is. People, I think we got asked probably 12 times. Whenever Beth and I are together, we at least get asked once, if not 2 or 3 times, if we're sisters. People always think we're sisters. We are not. Unfortunately, we kind of wish we were, and sometimes we pretend that we are. Thank you, mother of my sister. I love this. Okay. Lois at Lady Creates gave me like 5 presents staggered over the course of the weekend because I'm a spoiled child. I'm very aware that I'm a spoiled child. But look at this gigantic wax Easter bunny. Oh my goodness. Lois, I think, is going to have these in her shop, Lady Creates on Etsy. It's really big. It weighs like a pound. It is genuine beeswax, and it's the cutest thing ever. She just told me it's made out of like a vintage chocolate mold. She just told me that she acquired some smaller ones of chickens and Easter bonnets. Stop the presses. I'll be able to condition my threads for the next 25 years on this bunny alone. Just kidding, I would never do that. So the theme of this market was, I love all these creative, amazing women, and I want to live in a commune with them. Leaving market this time felt more like summer camp than ever before. It is such an intense weekend, and this is the third or fourth time I've been with some of these people, and they're now my friends. We talk throughout the year about different things that are going on, and you know, how many cross-stitcher designers are there in the world? Like, we live the same kind of creative life, so to be able to be like in this summer camp situation where we get to eat together sometimes, and we're like in each other's rooms and hanging out, talking about issues, laughing. Leaving was hard. I'm gonna be honest. It was like leaving summer camp. Like, I really like these people. They're all really awesome. And so, that was one of the big themes for me, as I really love these people. The second theme, I think, of the market was being seduced by all the thread dyers out there in the world. They either came into my room to seduce me, and I know seduce isn't really the right word, but it fits. They came in to seduce me, or I went in their room to seduce them. They want me to use their threads, and I am not opposed to trying everything out. So I will show you the new threads that I've been introduced to. If you've used them, I would love your opinion down below, because you know, there's a lot of factors that go into designing, and I really heard a lot from shop owners this year about how they feel about different fabrics and flosses that designers use, the availability of them, but I want to hear from you, because you the stitcher, you're the person I'm trying to please the most. And so if you've used them, leave me a comment down below. Number one would be Treenway Silks. And you will notice that all the colors that I was able to just choose myself are fall colors, because I brought a project. That's a mystery. I brought a fall sampler that I am working on, and I have had the hardest time finding the right colors. And so I have gone through my DMC. I have a whole ring of Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, and Weeks Dye Works, and I cannot make the grays and the blacks do what I'm trying to make them do. This is one of my soap boxes that I don't talk about, but it's in my head. This is a soapbox in my head. Please give me more grays and give me more blacks, because I need more than 3, okay? I need more than 3. And I wasn't finding what I needed, so I brought that with me, and I'm like, I was thumbing through the things. Treenway Silks, never used them, and quite frankly, I don't know a lot about this company. Went into the Threadworks room. Threadworks does overdyed cotton, silk, and they also overdye metallics, which is very intriguing, but I don't tend to chart with metallics, so maybe intriguing to someone else more than me. I think they're going to send me a palette of their cotton. We'll see. Went into Veldani, and this is all I came away with. This is their cotton floss. I've never used Veldani. Opinions, comments. I'm going to be honest and say that of all the thread, I'm looking for the palette, of all the thread people that approached me for Seduction, the one that did the best job was Sulky, because they gave me a complimentary actual thread floss card. And this is something I can actually use to design with. I get some of these companies are small, and this, I'm sure, is not a cheap thing to be able to give away, but I can't design off internet swatches, and so I love this, and I could actually use this. They gave me some samples as well. I have not stitched with Sulky, and I think they're gathering momentum in the cross-stitch world as far as I can tell. Obviously, Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design really likes working with Sulky. I don't know. They're also coming out with something that isn't readily available yet, but will be soon. This is a wool, a fake wool, and I'm really intrigued by that. But we'll see. I'm not sure how much they're advertising this yet, but anyway, Jason at Sulky did a great job. Did a great job of intriguing me, and so we're gonna play around. Now, Dinky Dyes didn't come to me, but I went to Dinky Dyes. And oh my, I did find a black that is working for me, and I'm stitching with it, and it is glorious. But I'm really hoping I can get this color in there because it's wonderful. This is their silk. It's really lovely to use. I haven't seen any difference between, I have stitched with Dinky Dyes before. I don't see a great difference between the Dinky Dyes silk and like the Silks For You silk. They feel the same to me, but I am not a silk expert by any means. We'll see. I don't, in general, want to do a ton of branching out. In fact, I kind of was encouraged by one shop owner that I really admire and get along with to maybe go back to doing some charts in only DMC. But the sampler that I'm working on, like I said, for the fall, I want to give it a little special twist, and the special twist is going to be silk, I think. That was a long ramble about threads. Thank you for bearing with me. Are you ready to see my top 2 charts that were at market? There was a lot of great stuff at market. In fact, I just realized I didn't come home with any heartstring sampling charts. What is wrong with me? I don't know. But these were my 2 favorite that I could not leave market without. Number 1, the Blue Flowers Huckleberry Farm. Adorable. The bears and the birds and the flowers. I just vacationed this fall in the Smoky Mountains, so I'm like, I need this in my life. It is glorious. I am friends with Janine, and I can honestly say she is one of the sweetest, most generous people I've ever met. And I'm not just like tooting a horn for Janine. She's really a lovely person. So she sent me a preview of this a couple months before market, and I gushed over it then. I tend to ignore alphabets, like my eyes just kind of glaze over them. So I looked at this, I think 4 times, planning to stitch it, and never saw the fact that the alphabet inside of it has one for me, one for the basket. So cute. And of course my favorite part is this bear who's just like chilling on that border. Adorable. The prettiest thing, the belle of the ball, in my humble opinion, and I think a lot of people agreed with me, was Tracy Horner from Ink Circles, After the Roses. I think that it's just not fair or right how wonderful this is. I think it's the colors. I don't know, there's like some sort of magical essence coming out of it. And I need this in my life. I don't know what to say. Even the pincushion. Like, it's really stupid how gorgeous that pincushion is. Tracy, really? Like, come on. This is too much. I love it. I think it this was the Grand Slam. And let's see, it's charted Classic Color Works on 32 count sand. Get out of town. I have that in my stash. Done. Thank you. Done. Those are my two favorite charts. And I'm already like, how many things can I start? How many things can I start? Okay. Random fabric that I have going on. Fabric Flare, never stitched with them, never really saw a stash of their fabric, but they gave me a sample, let me pick out. I have an idea for next summer that I think is going to have stars on it, so got a complimentary piece of that. Okay, if you've been on my Instagram, you might have seen that there was this stitcher who did my Merry Manatees on the most fabulous fabric that a manatee could ever be stitched on. This fabric is from Faraway Designs, and she is an artist. Look at this. This one is called Northern Fire. She's an artist. And then this, I think, is the one that she stitched the manatees on, because it looks like Florida. See, I mean, that looks like a painting. This one is called Under the Sea. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Here's my Nashville cookbook. I don't get the cookbook thing. I'll just be completely honest. I'm not being disparaging, but this feels to me so retro that it's kind of bewildering. Happiness is Homemade, the 2020 Nashville cookbook. Just like the Church Bazaar cookbook, fundraiser cookbooks that, how many times can I say cookbook, was in your grandma's cabinet. Like, a lot of the vendors submitted a recipe. Mine is for orange chocolate cake, which if you were able to eat 2 pieces of that, you'd probably have a heart attack. It's really good, but I don't know. There's charts in here. What else can I say? It's a cookbook. The lovely ladies from the Crafter Emporium came in and gave me this bag. They're going to have these on their website. They're super cute. Getting stitchy with... Need to be a little less proper. Getting stitchy with it. No. Will Smith inspired needlework bag. Go check out their website. You can never have enough totes. You gotta live the tote life. Has anyone seen that episode of We Bare Bears? Because it's hilarious. Okay, we're getting to the end. Here's 2 charts that I actually purchased. I spent money on these charts. These lovely ladies were in the Hands Across the Sea room. They were being hosted, and Nicola was sharing a room with them. I didn't walk away with any Hands Across the Sea, knock on wood, but I did walk away with these two. This is Just Stitching Along, Gertrude's Garden, and it's not very big. I love the colors. I wonder if you can spot why I like it. The birds with the droopy beaks. I love a bird with a droopy beak. It has windmills. This lady with her blue hair hat. This is why I bought it. Look at this guy. What is he doing? He's throwing horseshoes. He's dropping wishbones. I don't know what that is, but look at his leg. I am thinking that the stitcher was on her last length of teal when she stitched these pants, and then she got to the last leg and she's like, I have 6 stitches left. So let's just connect it to the boot and be done. Because his leg is very contorted. And I love it so much. I also bought this. This is Betty Taylor's 1794 Sampler Reproduction by Sissy Bailey Smith of Gentle Pursuit Designs. I love the color. I have no idea what the verse says. Choose? Choose. It's spelled weird. Choose then with caution if thou wouldst procure a friend in poverty, if a friend indeed. What? What? I don't know. I have no idea, okay? The second line says, till education forms the youthful mind, blot off the twig if bent treef inclined. You heard it here first. I bought it for the hummingbird. I've never seen a hummingbird on a sampler. There's probably plenty out there. I don't look at samplers all day long like some of you do. But it just occurred to me, have you ever seen a hummingbird with a tail that long and chunky? What kind of hummingbird is that? I wonder. I love it. You know I love awkward, weird things. Okay, I have my favorite thing of Market and the whole Market experience to show you, and then I have some charts to give away from Teresa Kogut. So stay tuned. But here's the story behind my favorite thing. I was breaking down my room, and you might have seen this on my Instagram stories. If you haven't, it's under the Nashville highlight on my profile. But I was breaking down my room, and I have that swan box, and I had the lid like propped up. And so I walked over to the table at an angle that I hadn't been all day. And as I approached the table, now, clown warning, I will say goodbye to you here, or you can fast forward if you don't like clowns. That was a spoiler. But I slowly saw this laying on the table. And yes, it did freak me out. I don't have clown trigger problems, but it genuinely gave me a scare. Now, the wonderful thing about my life is that I have several friends who were even at Market who I was immediately suspicious of when I found this. Look at the back of its head. Look at the back of it. Oh my gosh. I think I like the back of its head even more than the front of its head. Okay, regardless, I then remembered that Beth Twist, at some point in the day, had come into my room, and I think I was in the back doing something, but I came out and, like, she acted weird. Okay, so she just kind of acted like she was browsing, and then she kind of left, and I thought, okay, I don't know what she was doing, but whatever. Like, whatever. I guess she just wanted to look at my cross stitch again. No. She just wanted to totally creep me out by leaving a vintage clown weirdo behind in my room who is holding a sampler when this you see remember me. So this was my favorite thing from Market because I love bizarre things and happenings, and apparently I have friends who act the same way. And so this is now proudly displayed on the little shelf right behind you at my desk for inspiration. And I see him every day. My 15-year-old daughter had to come in and tell me how absolutely weird she thinks that I am. And I accept this award, and I own it. And if I can bear to part with it, it might visit some other rooms at future Market. I better figure out who's genuinely as scared of clowns. The clown thing kind of is a long story. I won't go into it. I didn't really intend on being the target of clowns, but that's just how it happened. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. So Teresa Kogut and I decided to swap some charts to give away to our Flosstube viewers. And so if you're looking for some free Lindy stitches, maybe you should check out her channel, link down below. She gave me way too many, and I'm just going to give away half of them on this video, half on my next Flosstube update. This video we're going to do Christmas. Now, if you're not familiar with Teresa Kogut, she releases approximately 65 completely irresistible and adorable releases every Market, and then every month after that there's 65 new designs. And you look at them, and if you're like me, you go, how does this lady do so many cute things? And how much does she pay Kevin to put 300 models up on her walls at Market? Kevin, how much is she paying you? Because I have a feeling you're underpaid. Anyway, today we're doing Christmas. If you would like one of these charts, I will randomly select for each chart and contact the winner. So if you'd like one, please don't say the word giveaway, but you can put the title of the chart that you're interested in. So first up we have Hope for the World, and that's Santa holding a little manger scene. These are all cross stitch. Teresa does punch needle as well. This one is called Bell Snickles, and Bell Snickles is really fun to say. I love this guy with his wicker basket. Is it wicker? I don't know. It's cute. Okay, this one's my favorite. Yeah, this one's my favorite. There's only 3 this time. The other one wasn't Christmas. This one is called Struttin'. And it's adorable because this reindeer, he knows what's up. And he knows who the man of the hour is, and he is flaunting it. Really, really cute. That one's only 97 by 79, so you could finish that by Christmas, absolutely. Beautiful. Teresa's work is beautiful. Her new samplers are wonderful. Oh, all the Market goodness. I hope that you're stitching something from Market and really enjoying it. I hope that your new projects are carrying you through this weird time that we are living in. If you have not joined my Facebook group, I know Facebook groups are something from like 2005, but we're enjoying it. Over at Lindy Stitchers, if you just type in Lindy Stitchers, the group will come up. There's a couple questions to answer and you can get in and see all the fun. The group is an extension of my personality, so no, we are not talking about the VIRUS. We are just having a good time sharing Lindy Stitches projects and pet pictures. It's fun. I do special things for those people that I don't do for the rest of the world, so go on and join them. Thanks for talking about Market way late with me and listening to my rambling. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in my next video, or you can catch me on Instagram or at lindystitches.com. Talk to you later. Bye, friends.